Hey guys, it's me, Amy. Let me let you know what's gone on. Made it to Miami a couple days ago. Actually, a few days ago. My husband and children decided to come last minute, so we drove. We made it a fun road trip and everything. Anyway, I had my pre-op appointment Monday, the 1st of November. And my surgery was scheduled for Tuesday, November 2nd. I was supposed to be there at 7:30 a.m. Because I was supposed to be one of the first surgeries there were, so I had to start fasting the night before after 9:30. So anyway, the next morning surgery date, let me go back. My pre-op consisted of, they did a urinalysis on me. They did my COVID test. And then I paid for the whole package that I still had to pay, which includes your two of your bras, surgical bras. I guess I forgot to tell you, I was getting a breast augmentation and lift. So I was paying for the package, which was 2 of your surgical bras, a band, one of these bands, and a massage. So I thought I was getting 3 massages, but I guess it was only 1. But that's for another time story to tell you on that one. Anyway, so that was pre-op. They said, we'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday, November 2nd. I said, great. Next morning, I wake up early. My husband takes me there, drops me off because he can't go in with me. They take me back into the room. Mind you, wear a nice comfortable gown. It's freezing in there. I went and got a bathrobe because I noticed some of the other girls from before, the day before, for their pre-op appointments, they were actually there for their surgery days, and they were all wearing robes, and that's because it gets super cold, and it's even colder in the surgical center. So I went in with my robe on, and they took me back, gowned me up, surgical cap on, gave me booties, undressed, everything. Waited for 2 hours. I was freezing. They brought me a blanket as well. I was still freezing. Hadn't met with my surgeon yet, so I didn't even know. I knew who my doctor was, Dr. Armante from Seduction. I went to Seduction Cosmetics down here in Miami. So I was anxious to meet with my surgeon to let him know what I wanted, because he still hadn't talked to me about that. So I was there for about 2 hours, and one of the girls that works there, I think they're just STNAs or, medical assistants. I don't even think they're medical assistants, but she came in and said, so you need a cardiologist clearance. And I'm like, say what? She's like, did you see a cardiologist and did you send them your clearance? I said, I never saw a cardiologist. You guys had not checkmarked that. You guys had checkmarked everything else, which I sent to you, and you cleared me last week and also let me know that my surgeon had signed off on everything. Why are you now telling me that I needed a cardiologist clearance? And she said that Dr. Armante was a little, he was a little concerned about one of my EKG readings, which my doctor had already said it was normal, but he wanted to be safe, which is whatever. They had me get dressed, and I had to leave. My surgery did not happen that day. Instead, I called my husband. He could not believe it. They said they were going to go ahead and call a cardiologist and refer me to them so they could try to get me in that day and I could come back and have surgery the following day, which was yesterday. Fortunately, they told me the truth. I was on the phone trying to get a hold of a cardiologist. They couldn't see me till like next week. I said, I need something stat. Wasn't getting anywhere. And then Seduction called me and said, here's a number. They can see you at 9. So I went to this cardiologist office. I was so happy to get in because they said if I could get in that day, they could have surgery. I could have surgery. So I went there. They got me an echo reading, and he looked at my EKG. Cardiologist cleared me, so there was nothing wrong. Everything was perfect. Seduction Cosmetics called me and said, did you get done? are you on your way? We can do surgery. Dr. Armante is waiting for you. I said, yes, yes, yes. So she says, did you? And I'd already left the cardiologist appointment. I was just going to my hotel to get ready. She called me back and said, do you have the paperwork? Because they haven't faxed us the paperwork yet. I was all over the place, guys. It was just crazy. I was so frustrated. And I said, no. I thought that you already got the faxes. She's like, well, if you can go bring the paperwork that they just did, that would make things quicker for you. I said, fine. So I went back to the cardiologist's office. I called Kelly, the lady who would help me out there. Said, I'm on my way. Can I please get this paper? She's like, of course. So I went in. I waited for about 15 minutes. Gave me the paperwork. Went to Seduction to get my surgery. I went in there, gave them the paperwork. They come back out and say, they want the echo results as well. I said, they didn't send those to you? She's like, no. I'm like, oh my God. So I called cardiologist. She said, that should be enough. We gave everything. It was a clearance letter. Everything is fine. Everything that they need is in those papers. So she ended up calling Seduction and talking to whoever she talked to. And finally, like 20 minutes later, they came back and said, you're cleared to go, come back. So I went into surgery. Mind you, I didn't have to wait as long. I finally met my doctor. He seemed very nice, explained everything to me. Dr. Armante, I had researched him a lot. He specializes in breast augmentations, and I liked him over everybody else that I saw at Seduction Cosmetics. I met him, told him what I wanted. I went with a 700cc. I wanted to go big. I wanted to have that, no, not, I don't want to say per se fake look, but I wanted big breasts. I've had 4 kids. I've lost 85 pounds. So my breasts I had a toll, taken a toll on them. He'd started out like at 325, and then I'm like, no. He worked up to 425. I said, no. He worked up to 500. And I'm like, no. And he was very nice. I finally said, can we do like 600 or 700? I said, I would actually like 700. He's like, okay, we can do that. He says, we don't have them in right here, but I got to call them in and they'll bring them in to us. I said, oh, okay. So I waited for about 30 minutes. Anesthesia came and talked to me, and then they took me back. I woke up. Oh my gosh, guys, I was in so much pain. I woke up, but it felt like minutes. Right after I woke up, they had a wheelchair ready for me to go. Like, boom, done, you're out. So crazy. I don't even remember even the nurses coming over and saying, how are you? Nothing. It was like, Amy, your ride's here. Your transporter's here. And that gets me to where that goes. So I had Seduction Cosmetics has a recovery house that they work together with. I think some people call it the Blue Recovery House. I had chosen to stay with them. Originally, when I was coming down by myself, I was going to stay with them the full 7 days, because the minimum stay down here after surgery is 5. I had chosen to stay here 6 or 7 days, just to be safe. I paid for my first night, because they require the first night to be paid, $185. That includes, so they say, 24-hour nurse care, 3 meals a day, round-the-clock care. Sounded great. Sounded beautiful, since it was me coming by myself. So I said, okay, great. Gave them the dates, booked them. So my surgery was over, and so during this time, my husband had decided to come down with me with my kids, so we made a vacation out of it. So we ended up driving. And I called the recovery house before my surgery, the week before, and said, I will not be staying the full 7 days that I booked with you. I will only be staying the first night there for my first night recovery. And they said, okay. So that's what I'm talking about when I said, when I woke up out of surgery, they said, your transport's here. They're going to transport you to the recovery house. I said, okay. I was out, whatever. They got me there. Transporter was outside. They took me to the recovery house. Mind you guys, this was probably around 7:45 at night. Apparently my husband had not been notified all day about my well-being. Nothing. He told me that he had tracked me on Life 360 just to know where I was, because nobody had called him. He was so pissed off. They got me to the recovery house. I was so much in pain. And they took me in. I was in with another girl who had a BBL. She was in the back. They took me into the recovery house and sat me in a recliner. When you have a breast augmentation or a tummy tuck, you have to sit up sleeping. So they had this, I guess what's called a living room, with like 8 reclining chairs in a row, and one TV on the wall. That's it. They sit you down on one of the chairs, and that's where you stay. Nursing, they don't have nurses that work there. They literally have people that are not trained. They're PCAs, patient care assistants, STNAs. I don't even think they're STNAs. I'm not knocking those people down or anything, but I mean, during the night I woke up and I was in so much pain because, guys, they didn't even give me my pain medications. They said that the Walgreens that medication was closed. So, guys, I went all night without my pain medication. I had asked the lady that was working there right before her shift ended if I could please have some Tylenol. She said, well, we don't have Tylenol. I said, excuse me? I don't have any pain medication. She's like, I'm sorry, we don't have a Tylenol. And fortunately, this lady that was there also, she'd been there for a few days. She was there recovering. She said, oh, baby girl, I've got you. She had brought Tylenol, and she gave me 2. And thank God they were Tylenol PMs. She gave me 2 of them, and I took them, and they helped me sleep. But I was so shocked that they didn't have Tylenol, knowing that I didn't even get my scripts filled because the transporter was too late picking them up. So by the time I was done with surgery and then picking them up, Walgreens had closed. So here I went all night without medication. And so around 3 or 4 that morning, I woke up in excruciating pain again. And I heard someone beside me said, are you okay? Are you okay? And I looked over, and there was another girl right beside me in the recliner, wrapped up. And I said, I just hurt so bad. And she said, okay, can I help you? I said, oh, no. You know, you're hurting too, I'm sure. She said, no, I work here. And I said, what? She's like, I work here. I'm just sleeping here. I'm like, oh my God. So like, she was sleeping, but she worked that night. I was so confused. So she helped me get up, and I walked to the bathroom. I came back, sat back on the recliner, and I asked for Tylenol. I said, do you happen to have any Tylenol? I really need something. And she's like, no, we don't have any Tylenol, I'm sorry. And again, the blessed lady that helped me earlier, she said, and there was another girl, she does, mind you, they all speak Spanish. I was the only one that didn't speak Spanish. They thought I did because I'm Spanish, but I don't speak it. So they were telling her, like, she doesn't have any pain meds. They didn't give her pain meds. She has nothing. She came in here with nothing. And the lady again said, here, give her 2 of my Tylenol. So she gave me 2 more of her Tylenols. I was so thankful. So I went to sleep for the rest of the morning. Woke up right around 7:30, 7 o'clock when they start making breakfast, because they're supposed to provide 3 meals a day. They were coming around asking people what they wanted. Guys, these breakfasts were so pitiful. They have like microwavable pancakes you get at the store. Like soggy, they microwaved them so they were like soggy, or the outsides were really, really hard. I ordered 1 little pancake, and like the eggs they made were like carton eggs. It was so gross. Didn't even eat them. Some of the girls had waffles that were like as big as my fist. It's just ridiculous. It was just like, this is not even worth my time right now. So anyway, some of the girls had appointments. We have to have massages. We had appointments that morning. My appointment was for 9:40. And I told them this. My appointment was for 9:40. And they wanted me there 15 minutes early. And if I was late, they were going to cancel me. So I was very, very adamant. I did not want to be late. So they said there was a transporter coming at 8 o'clock to pick up some girls, because they had earlier appointments before me. And they said, do you want to take that transport, or do you want to wait for the other driver who's coming at 9? I said, well, it would only make sense if I would just go with the 9 o'clock one, so I don't have to be sitting in, the waiting room waiting for my massage for like an hour and 40 minutes. It only made sense. She's like, okay, I'll write you on this list then. I said, okay, because they had a list. They put your name down. If you have an appointment, they put your name down so the drivers don't forget you. So I said, okay, perfect. So, guys, I fell asleep. I just had Tylenol PM. I don't feel good. I had a breast augmentation, a breast lift. I had no pain medication. I was so tired. The Tylenol PM that sweetheart of a lady had given me, made me sleepy. So I was in and out of sleep on this recliner. Long story short, 9 o'clock driver comes. I never knew it. No one woke me up. None of the nurses woke me up. Nobody told me the 9 o'clock driver was there. So 9:23, I get a call from Seduction Cosmetics saying, hi, Mrs. Truman, are you going to be here for your appointment? I said, yep. Yes, I am. Still thinking that it's not 9 yet. I look at my phone at boys and girls. It's 9:23. My appointment was at 9:40. So during this time, this gentleman had walked in, just being loud and obnoxious and stuff, hugging the girls or whatever. And I didn't know who he was. So I kind of leaned up a little bit and I said, excuse me, I have a 9:40 appointment I was supposed to go to, and it's 9:23. Did the driver ever come? And the girls was like, well, yeah, he's already left. And I said, what? And they were like, yeah, he's came and gone. I said, why did anyone come get me or wake me up? I told you guys I had a 9 o'clock appointment. This gentleman flips out on me. Guys, I found out he was the owner of this recovery house. He goes on and tells me that I was supposed to be awoke by this, that no one was responsible to wake me up. I knew that my appointment was at 9:40, and it was my responsibility. And he told me that I had missed the ride, point blank period. There's nothing he could do. I was so upset. I was so tired. I was so sore. I didn't know what to do. So I just barely, I don't even know how I got out of my chair. And I grabbed my bag that was sitting beside me, because all your belongings are right beside your recliner. It's just crazy. So unorganized. And I said, I missed my ride. I need a ride to my appointment. And he's like, well, you missed it. So he's like, listen, you only came here for one night. And then you're leaving. You're leaving at 11 o'clock. So I don't know why you're freaking out. I said, I'm not freaking out. First of all, I can't freak out because I was in so much pain. My breasts are done and they're like huge and it hurts to breathe. So it's like, how am I yelling? I can barely talk. This man gets in my face, just shaking his finger, shaking his finger this close to my face. I was bawling, crying. I said, finally, please back off. You need to back off and get your fingers out of my face. I am a patient here. I paid money to be here. I'm supposed to get care, and I've gotten nothing. I said, you say no one was supposed to get me? I'm a patient here. I'm in recovery. And for you to tell me that it was nobody's job to get me but myself is bullshit. He went off on me again, saying how it was all my fault, how I was blaming everybody else, and that I might miss my ride. I missed my ride. Whatever. He got in my face again. I asked the ladies there. Everybody was watching, by the way. There was like 9 other girls there in recovery and like 2 workers. And I said, please get them away from me. I was literally physically scared. I called my husband. I told him I want to leave right now. I called my husband crying. He was so pissed off, guys. He's like, where are you? He was wanting to come to the house and beat this man's whatever. He couldn't do that, but that's what he wanted to do. He could not believe it. Finally, one of the girl drivers, she happened to be stopping by. She had no idea what went on. She comes in and I'm in the corner crying because I had left and went down the hallway and hid in a corner. I was crying. She's like, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong, honey? I'm like, I missed my ride. He's yelling at me. I just want to leave. I want to get out of here. I missed my appointment. And she's like, oh, honey, honey, honey. And like I said, everybody talks Spanish here. So nobody, I can't talk to anybody. There's no translators. There's no interpreters, nothing. And she spoke English, fortunately, and Spanish. She's like, it's okay, I can get you there. I'm like, no, I missed it. It was at 9:40. I was supposed to get there at 9:15. Nobody woke me up. She's like, don't worry, sweetie, I'll take you. So she went in real quick. They kind of gave her a little whatever happened. She comes over, takes my arms, and she leads me to her van, and we took off. And she kind of asked me about what happened a little bit, and I told her a little bit, but I'm like, what's the point? She works for these people. What? She's not gonna believe anything I say. So she gets me to my appointment. I go up there and I said, Amy Truman, I'm late. They forgot to put me on their list. I found that out too. They had forgotten to put me on the car ride list. That's why they didn't even care to wake me up. But yet he blamed me, and they let me know it was my fault. A patient. You guys, I paid $185 to stay there for 24-hour care, 3 hot meals a day. I didn't get shit. I got shit on instead. So the girl says, you're okay, yours okay, I'll write you down, you'll get your massage. I was so upset, you guys. So my appointment was supposed to be for 9:40. I got there like at 10 o'clock. I was in the waiting room till 11:30. They finally call me back. So you're supposed to pay for 3 massages. In my package, I'd already paid for my surgical bras, my COVID testing, urinalysis, and 1 massage. I thought I had paid for 3. They said no, that you'd only paid for 1. So today's massage was what I paid for. And they said, we'd like to see you 2 more times for 2 more massages, because you got big size breast implants, and we like to, you have to have massage them. They need to be brought down, because as you guys can see here, they ride up pretty far up. All this has to, oh, I'm so sorry, has to be massaged down. My finger, I had to take my nails off so they could put a pull socks on it. So, is that lovely? So anyway, these massages they charge you for are $100 a massage for an hour. Don't buy into it. My massage was like 20 minutes long. They massage your boobs, they put some oil on it, call it a day, you're done. I was so pissed off. So, unfortunately, I've already paid my other 2 massages off, so I have to go tomorrow and Saturday for 20-minute massages, most likely, $100 each. It was just crazy. It's like they think you're made out of money. I mean, it's nuts. Did I tell you the cardiologist also, when I went to get a stat echo and a cardiologist clearance before I could get my surgery here in Miami, they don't accept insurance at all. You have to pay out of pocket. Cost me $450 just to see a cardiologist that day for an hour. $450 that very moment, or they would not see you. What choice did I have? I had already paid for my full-on surgery, everything. It was just crazy, you guys. So the second day that I went in for my surgery too, I'm going back again. So when I did actually have my surgery, the following day, they gave me another urinalysis. Of course I passed. Unbeknownst to me, they charge you for every single urinalysis you take. Because today, I was told, I'm a massage parlor area, that they had charged me for a second urinalysis. Even though the first urinalysis the day before had been cleared, and the only reason why I wasn't having surgery was because they sent me home because I didn't have a cardiologist clearance letter, which they didn't even ask me to give them. They had already cleared me for everything. So yes, I got charged for 2 urinalysis. I was so pissed. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is, if you guys go through Seduction Cosmetics in Miami, think twice on it. I paid $7,500 for my breast augmentation and lift. They were running a $1,000 promotion at the time. I booked about 4 months ago. They had a $1,000 off discount on this promotion. So instead of $8,500, I paid $7,500. I thought that was all. but then they charge you the $530 package deal for your two bras, your training band, or your bra, your band, your analysis, COVID test. So that was all. You had to pay extra for that as well. So it was a shit show. I did not see my surgeon or meet my surgeon until the day of, literally 20 minutes before I went into surgery. I didn't have a pre-op or post-op appointment. And now that I think about it, it was literally my massage day. I went in there and had my massage. That's it. I didn't even have a post-op appointment. That's a bit crazy. But guys, if you think about going to seduction, really, really, really do your research. I liked my surgeon, Dr. Armante. He seemed to have been doing good, I think. It turned out good. I mean, like I said, I went 700 cc, so I went pretty big. One breast was larger than the other one before I got breast implants, so he went, I think with a smaller one, he went with a 700, and then the bigger breast, I think he went with like a 600 something. He didn't, so they would match. They would be, so he knew what he was doing. They look nice. I'm not mad at my surgeon. I'm mad at the way seduction carries themselves. Very unprofessional. Absolutely no privacy. They all speak Spanish. Can't understand anything. Basically, they're in and out. They just don't really care. And if you plan on staying at the recovery house, don't do it. I think it used to be $135 a night. It's not. It's $185 a night now, or $188 a night. 24-hour nurse care, 3 meals a day. That's all bullshit. They're not even nurses that work there. They literally are people that just come in to make sure that you can shit, you can pee, and they provide you frozen freaking breakfasts that aren't nothing. There are girls in there crying in pain, no pain medication, bleeding everywhere. And the girls that work there sleep at night. Nothing, guys. Don't do it. I'm so glad my husband came down with me. Otherwise, I would have been there the full entire 7 days. I would have paid for those days and I would not got my refund back. I am so glad I'm not there. I'm so glad I was only there for one night. One of the worst nights of my life. My husband finally was able to pick up my scripts tonight. I just took my first pill about an hour ago. So I was without pain medication from my surgery yesterday till tonight. They don't call in your scripts. They literally write your scripts down on a pad, a piece of paper, and they put those papers in your white hospital bag and they send you on your way. So I didn't even know the scripts were in my bag. No idea. So the driver's supposed to get those from you and go get your scripts for you, but Walgreens was closed by the time I got to the recovery house, so they couldn't fill my scripts. They said they would do it in the morning sometime, but they weren't sure when. Well, my appointment was for 9:30, a massage, and they still had not asked for anything, so I asked them, and they said, well, you should have got your scripts. They're in your white bag. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So my husband had to run all over town trying to find out Walgreens to give me my medications once he picked me up. He gave a piece of his mind to Carlos, the owner of the recovery house, and Alex. Carlos and Alex are the owners of Recovery House in Miami that work together with Seduction Cosmetics. Babies, don't stay there. I'm warning you. False advertisement. I swear to God, I'm not the only one telling you this. I hear that I am one of the very few. How these people are managed to stay open, I don't know. I know that they've had several name changes before. So I'm wondering if they've been threatened to be shut down or what. But don't do it. It's not worth it. It's even the pictures are deceiving, girls. The pictures, this house is just not, it's not anything great. I would rather have been staying in my hotel room with my crazy children and my husband than to be there all night, sitting up in a recliner in pain, excruciating pain. Oh my gosh. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time there. Seduction Cosmetics is a joke. I'm fortunate I had a good surgeon, but that's about it. Hopefully I heal okay. Nothing goes wrong. I'm going to my second massage tomorrow, my third massage on Saturday, and I'm leaving to go home Saturday or Sunday. And you know what? I couldn't be any more ready. Overall, it was a very bad experience for me. I think it's because I thought Seduction Cosmetics was something that I don't know. I thought I'd done enough research, but I guess a lot of it is just false advertisement. The recovery house seemed like a godsend to me. No, no, not at all. I swear to God, guys, YouTube all these videos, you'll see how many girls have complained. It's a joke. So don't do it. Do not do it. I really hope you guys, if you guys are thinking about having surgery, go for it. It's a beautiful thing. Confidence, all this stuff. Like I said, I've lost 85 pounds and I wanted to do something for myself and I did it. It's a lot of money, but I did it. I'm supposed to come back in 6 months to do a small BBL because my bottom has left too when I lost 85 pounds. I'm not going to go through cosmetics or seduction. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I don't feel safe and comfortable enough to do it. And the shit show they've read me through, it's not even worth it to me. I'll find someone different. But I really hope you guys, if you guys are thinking about doing something like this, do your homework, do your research. Watch people's YouTubes. I don't know. I guess I never YouTubed anything for seduction. I guess I learned my lesson. One of the girls last night told me while I was sitting there in the recliner that another surgeon that actually works there has killed someone. He killed someone with doing lipo. It was a young woman he was doing lipo on. And she died on the table, guys. At Seduction Cosmetics. He still works there. Apparently he's killed 2 or 3. And he still works there. And their backup story is that these patients did things before surgery that they weren't supposed to, which caused them to die during surgery. Well, if that's the truth, how did they manage for that to happen? Because if it was due to drugs, they drug test you before you go into surgery. It doesn't matter if you're in there once, twice, or 3 times. They drug test you every single time for drugs. They check if you're pregnant every time you go in. They check, they check for everything. So if they died because they'd been drinking or drugs or whatever, they even test you for nicotine. You can't be smoking. So if they were on drugs or whatever, they would have been able to notice that before going to surgery. So you can't say that they did drugs before going to surgery and that's what caused them to have a heart attack on the table. It just doesn't make sense. Guys, he's still practicing there. I can't remember what his name is. I don't remember what his name is. You have to look him up because I don't want to point out a wrong name. That wouldn't be fair. But yeah, he still works there. Seduction Cosmetics sucks. Don't go there. Don't use a recovery house. Don't do it, guys. Please listen. Okay? Again, I'm happy overall what I went with. I can't show you a lot, but I'll keep you guys posted on this. Like I said, I went 700 cc's. We'll see. Right now, I think I'm going to take another pain pill. I think I took one. I only took one earlier just to know how it would affect me, but I don't feel that big of an effect, so I think I'm going to take another one so maybe I can sleep some. I haven't really slept a lot. And my kids and husband went downstairs to go swimming in the pool for a little bit, so just enjoying some peace and quiet. But anyway, you guys have any questions, please hit me up, comment. I'll answer anything you want me to say, or I will answer anything you guys ask me. And like I said, if you guys do this, You do it for you, girlfriend. Make yourself beautiful. Just do your research, okay? Do your research, make good choices, and stay safe. I will keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching. Bye.